Welcome to Charts Today. My name is David Linton, and today's edition for Tuesday, the 17th of November, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at currencies. The dollar still sinking lower with these downside targets. So that September low that we saw now coming under pressure. So bearish dollar. And that's a theme that we're seeing across markets. Looking at the euro, we're seeing it rising against the dollar, so looking stronger there. And sterling sitting at 132.17, that weaker dollar, meaning that sterling is remaining bullish on all three time frames. Remembering this is my weekly, my daily, and my 60-minute chart, and these are the corresponding point and figure charts. Looking at euro against the sterling, it's at 111.30. Pretty flat the last few days. All eyes on an EU UK Brexit trade deal. So it's at the moment sterling is holding steady against the euro. Bitcoin sitting at $16,700. It's pushing higher, and we're seeing here the multi-year highs, meaning that we're breaking out and we're just running higher all the time here. Taking a look at the S&P 500 index, we're up 1% yesterday. So holding on to those new highs on the weekly chart, and that's the highest daily close that we've seen. We have been higher a few days ago, but we closed at the highest level that we've seen. So that's good news for the market, although the Nasdaq is still struggling to make new highs, and that's the big concern really at the moment, is can the Nasdaq break and run higher? We do have good upside targets, but until we break to new highs, that will hang over us. Interestingly, on the 1% chart, we are seeing this potential triangle breakout, but we haven't yet activated that target. The downside target is still hanging over us. So that's the only level of concern really with the markets at the moment. We need to watch that. The Dow is up 1.6%. The futures for the S&P is down 0.25%. And the Nasdaq E-mini is actually up just over 0.25%. So it means a mixed opening in the UK and the US today. VIX volatility sitting just up below 23, so the fear index is negative, which means that we're not seeing any real concerns in the volatility in terms of stocks. Looking at the FTSE future, we're down 0.33% this morning, and the Xetra DAX is just down very slightly. European markets very flat at the moment. Japan was up 0.33%, Hang Seng is up slightly, and China was down 0.2%. So we are just seeing a little bit of a rise there. The Sensex was up 0.5%, and the Aussie market, having had a glitch technically yesterday, did actually manage to rise 0.2%. Taking a look at gold, we're sitting up at 1889. We're still in short-term bullish territory here. The key thing is we don't make any new lows and activate that downside target. The medium-term chart coming under some pressure, but the long-term trend for gold is still very bullish, and the same remains true of silver, of course. US 10-year yield sitting at 0.9%. That steady rise, just holding on, so that's really quite key. But we are seeing this tussle around the 0.9% level at the moment. Taking a look at the energy mix, we've got Brent Crude. Had a strong day yesterday, but still needs to break last week's high. We are very much in the range here, which is why we were neutral on crude yesterday. WTI, similar picture, of course. These key levels marked on the chart. And if we look at US nat gas, we're sitting at 272. So we really have fallen quite heavily this week. So that's not good news for gas. Coal had a strong day yesterday. The whole energy mix really having a pretty good time. Emissions were up strongly yesterday as well, breaking that previous resistance level. We're bullish emissions this week. Looking at European gas, TTF down 1% this morning, but this breakout looking like we've moved into a positive territory here. If we look at German power, we did break the 40 euro mark yesterday, but we just haven't managed to hold on to it. But we do have lots of upside targets, so we remain pretty bullish on power on the short term. Long term, medium term, we might have some battles to fight there on the cloud. Nordic power had a very bad day yesterday. It's down further this morning. We did put out a post on LinkedIn yesterday, how low can Nordic power go, and the answer is much lower. And if we look at the quarterly contract, much the same there, down a massive 6% this morning. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.